The former Vice President Atiku Abubakar has again decried the growing spate of insecurity in Nigeria following the recent high-profile abductions by yet-to-be-identified gunmen. Specifically, Atiku lamented the recent adoption of journalists, judges, and labor leaders and members of their families. Atiku expressed his feelings in a series of tweets on his X handle on Sunday. This is his verified X handle, and this is actually what he had to say about the issues of insecurity in Nigeria, the recent adoption of journalists, the recent adoption of judges, adoption of members of the community. They don't even really have to be high-profile Nigerians. Members of the community. We're talking about Nigerians. Every life matters. All right. So adoption of Nigerians, this is something that should be looked into, not necessarily just because they are human beings. So definitely we have to look into it. So yes, Atiku has made a statement about insecurity in Nigeria, and according to him, he has said this is an evidence of leadership failure. What are your thoughts?
Yes, I support the idea of, but I will not say leadership failure. I will not use that word of leadership failure. But I would think that they need to improve in the security aspect of this country. They need to improve. They need to do more. I will not use the word that the leadership failure.
Who needs to do more? When you say they need to do more.
The government.
So the leadership.
The government. And
that's the leadership.
Yes, like something I love saying every time.
Okay.
If you are from this country and you have an idea how to contribute to something you feel that government are not doing well, you bring out your ideas. Atiku Abubakar, as a former president, vice president of this country, has so many experience. For the love of this country, for the love of everybody, he can always make his contributions. Despite that he's in an opposition party and he needs to speak out, like the statement he made, he just wants to push the government to know that this area, you have some challenges in this area. You need to develop, you need to step up your game. It is normal. But if you have any idea which you believe the government are lacking, he can always come out with these ideas. And Nigeria, we applaud him for doing so. Because what we need that is solution-based. Criticizing the government cannot solve the problem. It cannot revive lives that have lost. Imagine a judge was kidnapped, and then how many billions of naira they are demanding for ransom. They killed one of the child, okay? And then release her, asking her to go and bring 150 million naira. For her inability to provide that money, they killed one of the child. And they are still, the children are still at the hand of the adopter up till now. You know, journalists are being kidnapped and all over. Mostly, we've been hearing about youth coppers being kidnapped and all that. So if you kidnap a youth copper, what are you demanding for? What are you expecting? A copper that have not even worked, that sometimes they train themselves in the higher institutions, so far, sure, you not kidnap them. So government need to step up their game in the security aspect of this country. Need to provide security to all Nigerians. These are what I think the government need to do. We have security advisor, Ribado and all that. They have been in government. They might have known things the previous government did not do well. That's why when I saw some of the experienced hands in government, my mind was like, these people are going to bring their word of experience and put Nigerians to the best positions. But I am not seeing those results coming out. So I believe those that have not been in government should be engaged in some cases like this. Let them prove that they are talented, they have experience. But security things needs experienced people to handle it. Security of this country is what we voted the government into office for. If I'm not secure, I can't be here. Once here is secure, that's why I'm here. Okay? So if all Nigerians have security, the business we are talking about will keep going on well. Because there are some parts of this country which you cannot willingly travel to now. Okay, you want to go to some part of this country, you have a second thought. How safer is the road? Okay? How safer is the road? So they should also deploy the means of air surveillance. It's not only when you want to strike and kill innocent people. You will see this, our Air Force. Most of the time, they are always making mistakes. Many mistakes, killing innocent people. They will come out to apologize. Sometimes let them also do routine surveillance at some flash areas. If they have Because these are the measures they can use. If you are applying on the road, you can be easily attacked. We have cases where it's always on the news, attacking security personnel. But if they use helicopter, in some cases, I know it's expensive, but it is our money. We can spend our money for us to live so that we can be alive to vote for you again next time. Because if all of us die, you will not have the power to who are you governing? So the power to govern is the power to protect the lives and properties of all of us. So Atiku Abubakar, his statement is very clear, but I will not join him saying that there is failure in leadership. I will only add my voice by saying that the government should look inward. If they have some saboteur in the security outfit, they should detect them and relieve them immediately. I always talk about relieving people because I believe in transparency and integrity in what I'm doing. In anything any Nigerian is doing, and you have the fear of God in what you're doing. So you
really think that we can handle these cases of insecurity in Nigeria?
Very perfectly.
With the level that insecurity has gotten to.
It has not gotten to any level that is worse than any other country. We have countries all over the world that are fighting war. We are not in war in Nigeria.
Some people have said that we should introduce foreign mercenaries to help us fight.
The foreigners, have they been able to solve their own problems? They don't have a problem in that country.
They are of the opinion that when there's an issue, especially one that is as biting as insecurity cases in Nigeria, and especially one that has stayed for as long as this has stayed, then we definitely need foreign. We
have cases of countries where they have foreign relationship in fighting crimes in their country. As it helped out in Burkina Faso, what was the result? So many African countries. We have this, it's just a way of wasting our money. It's just a way of wasting their money. We have experienced Nigerians that can do well. So what is going on if we have experience? That is why we keep calling on the government to look inward. Actually, what is the problem in this country?
Do you think the government does not know the level of insecurity we have in Nigeria? Come on, you go on the news every single day, you have an issue. You hear cases like people were just in their farms and then no government just came and killed everybody. Okay,
when we talk about government, let's decentralize it.
Recently, we heard about a suicide bomber. And that is very, I'm very sure a lot of Nigerians have not recovered from that story yet. So if we're having issues like this, lives are involved. I believe that if lives are involved, then more measures should be taken. Now, we cannot say that the government is not doing anything at all concerning insecurity. But if we have not still been able to even curb it, then why don't we look outside and get... Now, the excuse for that argument was that, oh, it's embarrassing for us at our level to bring in foreign mercenaries to handle insecurity.
I think the best things Nigeria should do is to have this state security. Because when we talk about insecurity, all our mind boils down to Buhari and Tinubu, Mr. President. We don't talk about the decentralized system of government. That where this insecurity are taking place, there must be a local government chairman in charge of that environment, in charge of that local government. What is that person doing? I come from Kana local government area. There was a time every day you'll be hearing about negative stories coming from Kana local government. But I challenge anybody within 1 or 2, 3 years, that level of bad news have dropped because the chairman then took it upon himself that this is what I can handle. So sometimes we talk about insecurity, we all focus our mind on the president. Okay, look at the former vice president. All his focus is on the president. There are security votes given to all local government chairmen. All governors have security vote. Are they actually utilizing the security vote given to them? What are the measures that you are putting in place to buy some patrol vans for security personnel? Okay? Like, it's very sad that personnel escorting VIPs. VIPs is in bulletproof cars. Okay? Now, personnel escorting you is not in a bulletproof car. When attack comes, they will kill all of them. You will run away. And tomorrow again, you are not providing these security men with the modern gadgets to fight this insecurity. So I may not completely say, oh, there's a failure in government, but I think those people involved can be identified through the local means, through the people in the community. That is why when we talk about state security, like they have in the US, we talk about state security. These are areas that people can be accountable to their states. You can be accountable to things that happen within your environment. In Rivers area, we once have a neighborhood watch. What were their aims and objectives of setting up neighborhood watch? These are people that don't carry arms. These are people that build up intelligence to people that can take actions. Now, are those intelligent working? We even have intelligent units in the police force. Are they actually doing their intelligent work? Or they just believe that, oh, once it's happened, they will call Mr. President. I think sometimes it's not Mr. President. Sometimes we look at our local communities. Are the community leaders doing their work? In some community, we have vigilante groups, volunteers. That in our own community, you cannot have people that will invade their community. Volunteers without arms. They know that if you come to this community, you will be apprehended. So they don't come because there's no way you can kill everybody at a time.